India, the land of thousands of gods, of brilliant colors and sacred places, where every mountain and river is worshipped, where people can find life, death, faith and mystery coexisting in one breath. However, hidden behind that brilliant beauty are customs that, for Westerners, can make us frown. Not because of prejudice, but because they are really difficult to understand, even a bit creepy. Let me step into the hidden corners that few people tell, to understand more about another India, both mysterious and challenging to human reason. 1. Sleeping with a stranger before marriage, Niyoga custom. In some tribes in Bihar state or Rajasthan, there is a custom called Niyoga, which is roughly understood as hiring someone to give birth to a child for you. If the husband cannot have children, the wife is allowed, even encouraged, to sleep with another man to conceive. And that man can be a priest, a village acquaintance, or a specially chosen person. It may sound absurd, even immoral to Westerners, but in traditional society here, having children is considered a sacred duty. If a family cannot have children, it is not only bad luck, but also a disgrace that lasts for generations. This custom originated in ancient times, when people believed that the bloodline must be maintained at all costs. Today, although it is banned by law, it still exists quietly in some remote communities, a shadow within the shiny shell of civilization. 2. Ghost weddings, when the dead still have to get married.
Imagine you attend a wedding.
There is music, there are guests, there is ceremony, but only one bride stands before the altar. The groom? Dead for many years. In some states like Uttar Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh, weddings for the deceased, also known as Pret Viva, are not uncommon. Families believe that if a son dies young without marrying, his soul will not be able to rest in peace, will linger in the mortal world, causing bad luck for the whole family. So they find a girl, often poor, orphaned or with an unfortunate fate, to marry the dead man.
After the wedding, the bride becomes a widow forever.
She is not allowed to remarry, cannot remarry, and is often forced into a lonely, miserable life. A tragedy steeped in superstition, but also clearly reflects the gender inequality that is deeply rooted in the thinking of a part of Indian society.
3. Marry yourself, sologamy.
On the other hand, some young women in Ahmedabad have chosen to marry themselves.
Sounds like a publicity stunt?
Not really. Sologamy, or single marriage, is a form of protest by independent women who want to say, I don't need a man to be respected.
I love myself.
They have a proper wedding ceremony, wearing white saris, having a ceremony in front of a temple, wearing wedding rings, all according to traditional rituals. But instead of their fiancés, they swear their vows in front of a mirror. This custom, while not widely accepted by society, reflects something deeper, the struggle between tradition and modern aspirations. A strange and courageous way for Indian women to reclaim their destiny, in a society where marriage is still seen as the inevitable end of a woman's life. 4. Eating the ashes of the dead, or
drink the soul.
In the city of Varanasi, considered the gateway to heaven, there is an extreme sect called the Aghori. Its members live around cremation grounds, collecting ashes, even human skulls, and eating them. They believe that consuming the remains of the dead is a way to overcome the fear of death, transcend the ego, and reach the ultimate liberation, moksha. The Aghori make no secret of their strangeness. They smear their bodies with ash, wear bracelets made from human bones, and live in isolation from society. For them, nothing is unclean, not even a corpse. This custom is not for the faint-hearted. But if you look deeper, it reveals a harsh truth. When people are in search of liberation, they are willing to do anything, even face what the rest of the world fears. These are just 4 of the strangest customs in India, a culture that is both sacred and dark. But it doesn't stop there. In the next part, we will come to even more unbelievable customs, where urine is considered a panacea, and children are thrown from 15-meter-high temple roofs as a way to bless them. We are going deeper into the mystical world of India, where reality and belief merge, where the unthinkable become rituals practiced for generations. If the customs in the previous part made you dizzy, prepare yourself. Because what follows not only defies logic, but also makes you ask yourself, where exactly does the line between faith and extremism lie? 5. Bathing in cow urine for purification. In Hinduism, the cow is not only a sacred animal, it is also an incarnation of the mother goddess Yu. And so, everything that comes from a cow is considered pure, including urine. In the state of Gujarat and many parts of northern India, bathing in cow urine, called gomutra, is believed to cure all diseases, from cancer, diabetes, to mental illness. Some devotees drink it daily as a way to cleanse their souls. But don't think this is an isolated incident. Temples hold mass gomutra bathing rituals, attracting hundreds of people. Some traditional health centers even sell bottled cow urine as a health supplement. This is not simply a belief, it is a testament to the unpredictable intersection of religion, traditional medicine, and unquestioning faith. And sometimes, naivety is the most dangerous thing.
6. Throwing children from the roof of a temple fort.
Blessings. One of the most gruesome customs takes place in the state of Karnataka, at a temple that has a history of hundreds of years. Every year, in an ancient ritual called baby tossing, newborn babies are thrown from a height of 15 meters onto a cloth stretched by a crowd below. The reason? They believe that doing so will bring health, wisdom, and blessings to the child for life. Parents participate in this ceremony not because they are forced to, but because they absolutely believe in the spiritual power of the ritual.
The baby cry. The crowd cheer.
A ritual that is both sacred and shocking. Despite repeated government intervention and bans, thousands of people still flock to it every year, in defiance of both the law and science. 7. Marry a dog, a tree, or
a shadow.
Don't be surprised if you see a young girl marrying an old tree, or a 10-year-old boy putting a wedding garland on a dog. This custom is called Manglik Shanti, based on an ancient astrological belief that some people born under bad zodiac signs, especially Manglik, will bring bad luck to their spouses.
The solution?
They must marry a test subject first. It can be a tree, an animal, or something more symbolic, so that the bad luck can be transferred to that person. After the wedding, the tree is cut down, the dog is released, and the other person is reincarnated as a safe marriage candidate. A seemingly fanciful ritual, but it is performed very seriously, with full rituals and sometimes very expensive. In a society that still heavily relies on astrology and horoscopes, this custom reflects an obsession with fate and an attempt to control the future at all costs, even through superstition. 8. Eating snake medicine. In traditional markets in Hyderabad or Mumbai, you can find traditional healers sitting next to piles of cobras. They are not selling ordinary medicine, they are selling a medicine mixed with snake venom, snake skin, and even live snake bile. It is believed that this medicine can cure chronic diseases such as asthma, sinusitis, erectile dysfunction, and even infertility. Many people, despite the danger, line up to have the medicine applied, or a few drops of diluted snake venom dropped on their tongues. Despite the warnings of the medical profession, and the many deaths that have occurred, snake medicine still exists, as a kind of spirituality combined with adventure. Because in a society where science has not reached every corner, anything that brings hope, however fragile, will be worshipped. This is an India that does not appear in the glittering Bollywood movies. A world where people still believe that urine can be a holy medicine, that souls need to be married, and that bad luck can be tricked by marrying a dog. You may be surprised, even outraged. But for millions of people here, it is not strange. It is part of their culture, their beliefs, and their way of facing the uncertainty of life. And there are things that are even more unbelievable. In the final part, we explore the custom of banishing women from their homes during menstruation, and the public torture of their bodies, a poignant ode to faith and the price of belief. We have been through some of the world's strangest customs, from weddings with the dead, bathing in cow urine, to throwing babies from high places. Each custom is a slice of Indian society, contradictory, complex, and deeply spiritual. But this final part takes you to even darker places, where people not only test their faith but also torture themselves, and where women are pushed out of society simply because their bodies are performing a natural cycle. 9. Chapati. Women expelled from their homes during their periods. In some mountainous areas of northern India, especially near the Nepal border, there is still a painful custom called chapati, meaning unclean species. When they have their periods, women are not allowed to stay at home. They are forced to leave their homes and live in small huts on the outskirts of their villages, without electricity, clean water, or bedding. They are not allowed to touch food, touch other people, or even see the morning sun. The reason? It is believed that women during their ovulation period are unclean, a spiritual threat that can ruin crops, anger the gods. The result? Dozens of women have frozen to death in isolated huts in winter. Some have been bitten by snakes, raped, or even died of gas poisoning from fires lit to keep warm in cramped spaces. The government has banned it, but for many poor communities, chapati is more than just a tradition, it is a way to protect the honor of the whole family. A seemingly medieval custom, yet still present in the 21st century, speaks to the price that Indian women pay for their existence. 10. Mortality to get close to the gods, Thaipusam ritual. In the state of Tamil Nadu and some Hindu communities in the south, there is a festival that can haunt those who witness it for the rest of their lives, Thaipusam. During this festival, devotees will show their devotion to Lord Murugan, the warrior god, by mortifying themselves. They pierce iron hooks through their cheeks, through their tongues, through their skin. Some people wear dozens of hooks on their backs, pulling carts weighing tens of kilograms. Some people walk barefoot on hot coals, or crawl on their heads around the temple for hours. There is no anesthetic, no doctors. Only faith, and the belief that physical pain is the fastest way to wash away sins, to get closer to the divine. No one forces them. They volunteer. They prepare themselves. And after the ritual is over, they return, as if they have just been resurrected from the dead. Thaipusam is an absolute testament to the so-called devotion, where people overcome their survival instincts to dedicate their own bodies, hoping to be blessed, forgiven, recognized. So we have gone through 10 of the most unbelievable customs that only exist in India, from strange rituals to controversial superstitions. Some are creepy, some are heartbreaking, and some ask a profound question: what makes people believe so much that they are willing to risk everything? India is not just a land of yoga and curry, of Bollywood or the Taj Mahal. Deep in the remote villages, in the ancient rituals, there is a never-ending struggle between tradition and modernity, between faith and reason. And perhaps what makes India unlike anywhere else on earth is its complexity. A country that cannot be understood at a glance. A culture that requires observation with both the heart and the eyes. Thank you for following along until the end of the journey. If you are still feeling shocked, it just proves that the world is much bigger than we think.